that's not crazy. What is? I was just telling Kimmy, imagine you getting out of jail. Imagine being locked up. I'm locked up 20 years on drug charge. President, let us out. Give us clemency. And then all of a sudden, they call me up on my cell phone and be like, oh, my bad, yo. We ain't mean to let you go. I would be hurt. I'd be so upset. I might go crazy, man. And I don't even know how they even calling people. I think that's crazy. You might as well just come pick me up. Why would you call a nigga and let him know you fucked up?
I think that shows the incompetence. Like, that's nothing you call a person on the phone about and alert them to, especially if you want to get them back in the same situation they were before. You don't say, hey, by the way, it was a clerical error. You're really supposed to come back to jail. Like, that's not going to happen.
I need you
what
to
they
be
should
in here
do
about
is
3
show
o'clock
up to the last address. You know what I'm saying? That you pull up so that there's no running, there's no games from that. It's crazy.
So basically, I need you to show up by 3 o'clock tomorrow.
Like, who you playing with? How realistic is that? You already made a clerical error. Now you're gonna call me and tell me, "Oh, come on back."
I'm not going. That's when I get on going to run.
20 years.
Especially you've been locked up 20 years. I've already did 20 years.
What kind of clerical? Come on.
And you give me the taste of freedom. So now I've been home with he's been home with his kids, grandkids, and I've just had a taste of freedom.
And what kind of, clerical error I see is in quotation marks here. Usually there's a hand down. Everybody has paperwork that gets hand down and checked and processed before somebody else. So who makes this clerical error that somebody else doesn't see? You get what I'm saying? Yeah, like even stuff that you do day to day is overseen by somebody else before it's initiated, right? Mm-hmm. Especially in that type of business. So how did this clerical error just go so far to a person who's been in there for 20 years gets out?
To the point where you gonna be like, damn.
Oh, my bad. It's a mistake. Y'all all knew damn well he wasn't supposed to get out. And when he was looking at the paperwork, everybody looking around at each other like, who approved this? Him? Yeah, okay. All right. And they just handed it down to the next person. And they looking back like, you sure? This guy? Okay. If you say so, that's pretty much how it's going because I
want to know how long he was out too. Like, how long did y'all let me?
Who made the clerical error?
Because this could have been an experiment.
Hey, but no, who made the clerical error inside? Who's the one that was responsible for this? It starts from there. Was he influencing that? That's what I'm saying. Especially on paperwork that he's been there for 20 years. This is not brand new paperwork. So his paperwork has been circulating, been around for a while.
But you remember, he only got released because remember the president, Biden, was giving out clemencies to the people with drug charges.
Right.
And so everybody started coming out.
Okay.
But I guess they trying to say it was a clerical error on his part because he wasn't supposed to be one of the people that was supposed to be released, part of the drug guideline.
Oh, so then did he know that? You just said okay too and walked the fuck out of it.
I don't know.
Were you part of the program, sir?
Well, did his charges fit the qualifications of why they was released?
But they're saying it didn't fit the qualifications.
They saying they made a mistake. He wasn't supposed to be released. He wasn't one of the people that qualified for the clemency. But he was released on the clemency. He was locked up for 20 years on them drug charges. So they looking at it like, hold up, this nigga been locked up for 20 years on minor drug charges. Because the old boy told me earlier, nigga Kevin said that back in the day, before the laws got changed, 1 gram of crack coke was equivalent to 100 grams of cocaine. So you get caught with 1 gram of crack, it was just like getting caught with 100 grams of cocaine.
Wow.
So niggas was doing 10 years off of 1 gram of crack.
Yeah, it used to be bad. Now,
back in the day,
kind of just like blew over your head. Yeah, it used to be bad. Now it's like
They was throwing niggas in jail back in the day.
Right, because it was supposed to mean something. But nowadays, drugs is like Skittles. Standing at the corner store. It's everywhere. So so now the leniency on time is completely different. Back then, you got time that was to deter you from being in that game. Now it's like crack. There ain't nothing compared to the shit that's out here now, and people are getting less time. Wow. Well, he returned.
He had to. Play the video.
Prison 2 weeks after his release. Ronald Limewell was arrested and sentenced to prison in 2006 for intent to sell drugs. Earlier this year, now former President Joe Biden commuted his sentence and he was to be released this summer.
So instead, he was released in February, but his family tells KPRC2's Real Juan Logan that shortly after his release, they were told that there was a clerical error.
A mom embracing her son for the first time in over 2 decades. Behind the camera, Ty Bilbo filming her brother Ronald Limewell and their mom.
She just cried the whole time. It was just like a moment in time that was stopped.
The moment didn't last long. Ronald Limewell was convicted of possession with the intent to distribute cocaine in 2005 and sentenced to prison.
He's been in Texarkana. He's been in Louisiana. He's been like all over the place.
Limewell spent 20 years in prison with more years to go until earlier this year. On the final days of President Joe Biden's term, he issued a clemency to Limewell and thousands of others. A few weeks later, Limewell was home, reintroducing himself to his family, his kids, and meeting his grandkids. Then 2 weeks later, a call from the Federal Bureau of Prisons.
The prison where he got released was Texarkana. His BPO called and said, "We made a mistake. You have to come back."
That's what they said. They told him it was a mistake.
Yeah. Yeah, those are the words out of his mouth, a mistake.
A Houston area man ordered to return to federal prison.
A mistake. They would have had to come get me, y'all. They would have had to come looking for me. So I guess that he was supposed to be let out in the summer, and they let him out in February. So he was released in February, but he ain't supposed to get out until this summer on the clemency charge.
Oh, well, then nigga, take your ass back so you can come home back in the summertime. Like, if you was having to go back and serve like another 8 years, then fuck it, run. But if you get ready to come out, no, because if you start that shit, then you ain't coming out for good. Go ahead, you already did it. Go ahead, finish that so you can be.
So he probably only got May, June, July. So he like 3-4 months. Nigga, you knocked that off in your head. So basically, they let you come home for a furlough.
And in all honesty, they just should have charged up to the game because that was their clerical error. And he didn't have that much time. He already served 20. So if he's supposed to get out in the summertime, y'all should have just whipped that pen and
they should have just let that go.
Right.
They should have just let that go, chunked that.
It's not like if you're saying the summertime to when he was released. Come on, just let him.
He got released in February.
Right. Come on.
They could have chalked that up and let that go. That ain't even that serious. But you know how the game is, though, y'all. Y'all know.
I'm gonna serve what you owe.
I know one thing, bro. I'm not about to play with you. I know that for fact. I'm not about to play with you.
That's what he said. He said, "Shit, I could just run right now." He said, "Fuck that. I'll be there. What time you need me to be? Because I'm gonna get that shit done, and that's it. Get it done, and that's it."
Nah,
you can come back for real.
Because I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
But yeah, he should have. They should have just fixed that for him and made it to where he didn't have to come back at all. You already released the man.
He got to see his grandkids, his kids. This thing ain't been out in 20 years.
Right. It's 2005.
His kids done had kids. It's been so long.
Shit.
That's when you know you done did a lot of time. When your kids done had kids.
People be out here glorifying that shit and talking about you got to get it at McDonald's if you have to. Because you just gave up your whole life And you don't get none of that back.
And McDonald's ain't a bad job,
Just
man.
figure it out. Whatever you got to do, figure it out. But you really giving your life away, and it's not worth it. You don't get none of that time back.
They give you a free meal when you work there.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a McDonald's meal than a jail meal.
Shit, or having to pay fucking cops. Because now either way, when you doing that, it's no away from it. Now you gotta get bailed out. Now you gotta pay for lawyers. You gotta keep your ass up out of jail. Then they want you to go get a job any fucking way. It's like it's a lifestyle that's real reckless for no reason.
Mm-hmm. This your boy Gangsta Cap. You already know what time it is. This is 101.1 The Bounce. I got the lowdown for the low now, and this is where it go down. Like, share, subscribe to the page because you already know what time it is. You already know.
I'm changing who I am. I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life.